Hi guys, today we're taking a look at the latest light panels from a company called Nanoleaf. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. Now these are the latest panels to come from Nanoleaf, and if I show the side there, it's their wood look hexagons, and this is the starter kit which comes with 7 light panels. So their normal light panels just come in a white finish and they light up to different colors, so it should be interesting to see how this one looks. So I'll be unboxing this, showing what you get in the packaging, setting it up and showing the different effects you can do with this. Now if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing, hitting that like button and dropping me a comment, as it really does help the channel out. So let's begin with opening this up. In the packaging, you get a quick start guide, which is multi-language, and a card showing you some different design ideas. You get a Nanoleaf sticker. You get 1 spare replacement sticky pad for the back of the panel. You get 8 connectors for connecting up the panels, and they've got their branding on the back. You get a small sticky pad used for sticking the control module. You get a power adapter. Cable length on this is 247 centimeters, and the cable on there is braided. It's a really good quality cable. I don't like the fact the power adapter is so large, and you've got 2 different adapters, one for the UK, the other one for the EU. And to connect, it's just a case of just slotting it in. If you wanted to remove, just hold on to the button here and slide it off again. You get a control module, and this has a wood effect look to it. And finally onto the wood effect light panel. In terms of dimensions, it comes in at the longest point at 23 centimeters and 20 centimeters at the shorter points. Thickness is 1 centimeter. It has a wood grain feel to it, but it's not wood grain. Looks like they've stuck on a wood effect sticker onto there. At the back, you've got a sticky pad and the adjustment points. So once you've put it onto a wall, you do have the flexibility of turning it as a first hit, and then you can add your other panels onto it. Connector points are everywhere all the way around, and it takes the same connectors as the Nanoleaf shapes. Underneath is all plasticky. Trying to bend it, it is quite strong plastic. Connecting the panels up is really easy. So taking one of the panels, connector point just clips into position, and you just connect the next one as you go along. Before you set this up, it's definitely worth just doing a dry run, try different designs out and just make sure all the panels work. So let's get all the panels connected up. And as well as that, we have to connect the control panel and the power. The power is just another connection point on the panel. You'd connect the power like this, and then the cable just goes around the slot there. And there we have it. It's all connected up now. Let's turn on the power to the panels. And there we have it. Panels are all turned on. That confirms it's working fine. Let's make a start at setting this up. Now, my Android phone, if I go to the Play Store, this is the app you're after. I've already got it installed, so let me start it up. You can see my existing panels here. So let's get this added. If I click on More, Devices, Plus, Elements, Start Pairing. It's just highlighting only 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi is supported on this. And if you do encounter any issues in terms of connectivity, just disable 5 gigahertz on your Wi-Fi router, add this in, and then you can enable it again. So I'll click Start Pairing. Gives 3 different methods for pairing this. We'll pair with the QR code. Now it's asking to select Wi-Fi network next to that. And let me enter in my Wi-Fi password off camera. Click Next. It's going to attempt to connect to a hotspot created on the device. Name your device, so I'll just keep it as Elements. Figure the orientation, so if I spin it around, that's how it is on the table next to that, and that's it. It's added in, simple as that. I've closed the blinds in the room so you can see the lighting effects more clearly. Now looking on the app, you've got an off button here so you can automatically turn it off, so that's all the lights in the room. Clicking on here, you've got brightness levels, that's on maximum. That's on minimum. Let's take it back up. Clicking the device. This is what you're presented with. Standard Nanoleaf interface. Looking in settings. You've got touch gestures on this as well. And you can program different gestures. So if I double tap, there you go, turns it off and turns it back on again. And you can set up swipe actions as well. If I click on that, brightness up, swipe down, brightness down. Previous scene if you swipe left, and next scene if you swipe right. There you go. Different scenes are changing now. Or swipe up. You can see the brightness increasing on here. So just like the Nanoleaf shapes, the functionality on this, and you've got an auto brightness mode here, which will adjust the brightness accordingly to the environment it's in. Back from here. Now, one of the unique things about this particular panel, it's not RGB, it's just warm and cool white. And then looking at the different scenes available, so you've got ambient white, soft white, reading white, bloom, and you've also got the music sync options on here as well. So if I click on bloom, test 1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3, really cool. So it can sync along to music as well, just like the previous panels. And then below that, we've got calming waterfalls, clouds, ember. So it's just transitioning the colors at different brightness levels and transitions the color effects on there as well. There's the other ones you see on there. So now if I go across on ambient white, do an edit on that, you can see the different color temperatures and you can amend it to your personal tastes. There you go. You can change the different levels on here. Just select the color temperature you want. It's a very similar functionality to what you had previously, just the limitation in colors. Let me show you the options on the control modules. First of all, we've got power, easy way to turn it on and off. Brightness control, so you can dim it down, brighten it up. Then we've got color selection. Clicking that, we just go to the different color options. Then we have shuffle option. So this will shuffle between the different scenes, play them one by one. And finally, we have rhythm selection. So we'll go to the different rhythm options and obviously sync to music or any sort of noises going behind it. So useful to have this, and you don't have to rely on your phone to control or change these options. Now coming over to my Nanoleaf shapes and comparing one of the hexagon panels to the hexagon on the wall, you can see for yourself, it's identical in size. Even the connectors are at the same position. So in theory, you should be able to connect this to the shapes. So let's try this out. Now, if I connect this panel just over here, so there you go, starts glowing away. And as it doesn't have RGB, obviously it's not going to change the same colors as the other light panels on here. Now, looking at one of the color scenes, if I come over to Northern Lights, do an edit on that. If we go to paint, now when it comes to painting the panels, if I pick a color, there you go, yellow on there. Now if I try to color the element yellow as well, shows it on there. Let's try another color. You see it can't color it in. So that's the only thing lacking on here. You'd want to pick a color which it can support. And now looking at the shapes, moving on to the elements at the top, you can see for yourself, it works fine. No issues on here. And even coloring them in can be colored in quite easily. Personally, I'm not sure if you'd want to do it like this. You'd probably want a separate power source on the elements so you can run through the scenes that are on the elements. But it's good to know it does work in conjunction with it. So no issues working together. So in summary, you've seen the unboxing and setup of these light panels from Nanoleaf. Very simple to set up and configure like previous panels. Range of colors is limited on this one, and it's a very different panel from what you previously had, as this has the wood grain effect on there, and the colors are just limited to warm white and cool white. The effects you get on this looks really good, and performance is really good on here as well. Music sync works well, and it's nice having the gesture controls on the panel. And I like the fact the panels have a controller at the side too. Negatives wise, again, Nanoleaf comes in at quite a high price. So there you go. I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing these. Details are in the description below, including purchasing links. Thanks for viewing, and see you in the next one.